Lisa, in the wake of everything going on in Japan, more scrutiny here at the Indian Point nuclear power plant, specifically its evacuation plan. And police say the attackers got away with $20. That is all Mohammed had in her purse. The sound of ice cream trucks usually mean chocolate, vanilla, or other delicious treats, but here in some areas of Staten Island, it used to mean prescription drugs. Julio Lora is undergoing a procedure to repair damaged vertebrae because of that gunshot wound, and his niece told me just a few minutes ago outside of the hospital that his lungs are not responding and he is on a respirator tonight.
Returning to the pulpit today, Cardinal Edward Egan says he hasn't fully recovered from his recent health scare, but he will lead worship through Holy Week. He says he wasn't going to miss this special moment for anything. 19 students from Manhattan's New School University are in lockup tonight after a 5-hour standoff with police in riot gear. Talk about risky business. A pilot who shot a porn video while in flight over San Diego says safety was always the first thing on his mind, despite the fact that he's in the video.
In a starring role.
Mayor Bloomberg said he and Kathy Black came to a mutual agreement about her resignation today. The mayor adds the stories just became more about her than about the children.
I went out and bought a new pair of running shoes today, so I'm off.
3 months after her stint as school's chancellor began, Kathy Black is making a quick exit. The former publishing exec came in with little fanfare, and it got worse. A poll released on Monday showed her approval rating at a dismal 17%.
I will say I take full responsibility for the fact that this has not worked out as either of us had hoped and expected.
The mayor's choice to serve the city's 1.1 million public students had no education background. State officials had to appoint a chief academic officer just so Black could take on the position. Many times, Deputy Mayor Dennis Walcott chaperoned Black from event to event. We'll get to the new chancellor in just a bit.
Could we just have some birth control for a while?
Black's miscues, like when she jokingly recommended birth control to solve the overcrowding issue in schools, seems to have fast-tracked the decision to bring in a new leader for the nation's largest school system, now facing severe teacher layoffs and other budget cuts.
I have loved the principals and the teachers and the kids. Dennis Walcott is a great guy. We have a wonderful relationship, and I wish everybody the best.
With my children, my grandson, we represent 4 generations of New York City public school students.
Enter Walcott. He's a Queens native and graduate of Francis Lewis High School. He served as the head of the Urban League and began his career as a kindergarten teacher. He also served on the old Board of Education and joined the mayor's staff in 2001.
He has a master's in education, a master's in social work. He's taught for 2 years, and he has been involved with every decision that we have made.
Now, Walcott will remain deputy mayor for a little while longer. He is still awaiting a waiver from the state because he doesn't have a superintendent's license. Well, Marvin, tonight police are asking for the public's help in helping solve a homicide right here in Hollis, Queens, just a block from me that happened on Sunday night. They've released new surveillance video. Take a close look. Police believe these 3 men left a young woman dying on the street after an attempted mugging turned fatal. The same guys wearing red hooded sweatshirts are seen running away from where 23-year-old Rabia Muhammad had been shot.
You do not have to leave your name, and all calls will remain anonymous.
Officers returned to the neighborhood in Queens where the shooting happened Sunday night, asking for residents' help. Muhammad was attacked in front of this home on 204th Street. It was 8:30, and she and her husband were reportedly walking to visit a relative. He was not injured. Police Commissioner Ray Kelly says the men wanted her purse.
They started to grab it. She held onto the purse. They shot her twice.
For families in the area, the incident has left them contemplating their daily routines.
I have 2 kids. You know, we usually hang out outside, but when it just happened, it just scary.
And police say the attackers got away with $20. That is all Mohammed had in her purse. For more information on those suspects and to see that video once again, go to pix11.com. When the Dunwall family found a broken window in their home Saturday morning, their first thought was burglars after a rash of robberies in the area. What they discovered was something furrier.
My mom comes running in saying, "Erica, get out of the house. There's a coyote in the basement." I'm like, "A coyote? Why is there a coyote in our basement?" And my mom's like, "The window was broken."
Erica Dunwall received the shock of her life when she came face to face with a coyote in her Oakland, New Jersey home. Still, she was quick to grab her camera and take pictures of the animal curled up by a door. Were you nervous?
I was, but once my dad told me it was common, it could have been her, I didn't think he was going to run after me.
This is a double pane window.
Dad Ken was the first to confront the coyote Saturday morning. Typical Saturday morning for you?
had breakfast, had a cup of coffee, and was going outside. I was going downstairs. I feel the cold air coming up from the steps here, and as I come down here, I figured I could look at the windows, and I see, glass all over the couch. I see the screen lying here. My shoes were over here, and when I reached over to grab my shoes, it's lying right against the door here. Very still, but very calm. It wasn't no noise, no nothing. It was kind of like shy. It was almost like looking away.
The Dunwalds called police and were told to wait outside the house. Bergen County animal control officers arrived and discovered the coyote, weighing about 50 pounds, was pregnant and near birth. They lured the animal out of the basement door.
23 years.
And never before?
No. I've seen bear. They've never come in the house. But, it's never, fox. We've seen fox, but never coyote.
And Ken suspects that coyote was probably looking for food.
The teen injured when a suicidal jumper landed on him in a mall is speaking out. In other news, President Obama has some advice for homeowners. In a word, refinance. During a White House roundtable meeting, the president urged all Americans to buy a home or refinance their mortgage and take advantage of low interest rates. He urged people to go to the website makinghomeaffordable.gov for help.
The way the website is designed, you can plug in your information and immediately find out whether or not you are potentially eligible for one of these mortgage refinancings.
At the same time, though, the president is warning homeowners to beware of scams. He says legitimate programs aimed at helping homeowners generally don't require money up front. Not everyone is happy with the president's advice. Many homeowners who need help the most are unable to take advantage of the falling rate because they owe more than their home is worth. And there's some good real estate news coming from Long Island. Home sales there are now up. The number of houses sold jumped 21% since February. Experts say factors include federal aid programs, home purchase tax credits, and more realistic sales pricing. The average home on Long Island sold for $360,000. Just as the beach season is about to begin, word today of closings at Jones Beach and 5 other Long Island state parks. Jones Beach will close the East Bath House and the West End 2 Beach for the whole summer. Both used to be available on weekends. And there are some other beaches and attractions that will be open fewer hours. It's due to state budget cuts caused by the bad economy. Well, an attorney for the owner of the chimp in Connecticut that critically mauled a woman says the animal had never been violent before the attack. Well, that's little consolation to Charla Nash. She's still in critical condition almost 2 months after the February 16th incident. Nash has lost her eyesight, her hands, as well as her nose and lips. Nash's family has since filed a $50 million lawsuit against the chimp's owner, Sandra Harold. The chimp was killed by police.
Well, big news involving one of the tri-state's most famous citizens.
That's right.
A New Jersey man is claiming tonight that rock superstar Bruce Springsteen is a homewrecker.
Now, he says Springsteen had an extended affair with his wife and ruined his marriage.
New Jersey reporter Vanessa Tyler has more from West Long Branch.